This is the famous hanging tree of Goliad County. It was a site of extrajudicial executions. In other words, this is where they lynched Mexicans.
How many Mexicans were?
Some say 80, 90, 100, but we really don't even know. And of course, on the other side of there is the famous whipping post, where they would tie Mexicans and other people, blacks, and whip them for transgressions against the social order. Over there, we have a tree where it is said that they hung the blacks because, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Even, in Texas, we had standards. You can't lynch a black person from the same tree that you lynch a brown person. And, it just ain't fitting. It ain't fitting. It just ain't fitting.
So right.
This is the kind of crazy racism that fueled all this. And why? It was economics. And it was also the fact that they wanted our land. In fact, they came here to take our land, and they were very successful. It's a tourist thing now here. Everything's named Hanging Tree around here. But, when you really think about it, it should give you the creeps.
This is, this is horrible.
Yeah, it is horrible. It is what it is. It is what it is.
The events that took place here in Goliad weren't unique. Over the next 70 years, there were 871 documented lynchings of Mexican Americans in 14 Western states.
The way this country talks about black victims versus white victims is disgusting. Nolan Wells' body was found yesterday off the coast of Mississippi. If you didn't know, he was presumed missing and dead on July 4th. It is America's 250th birthday, and we're still dealing with this bullshit. He was celebrating with his friends for the 4th of July, and there's now circulating video that is going very viral of what looks to be him and his friends that he went with on the beach, and there's an argument, there's yelling happening. In the video, he looks to be very calmly standing still looking at his buddies. And somehow, the conversation is about his behavior. Why wasn't he on the boat? Was he drinking? Was he going from one boat to another? Now, I'm going to give you a scenario. It's kind of morbid, so stick with me and trigger warning. If I show up dead, washed on a beach, my community of people where I was born are not going to go, well, how was Jake acting? Did he stay where he was supposed to? Did he start an argument with people? No, it's going to go, what the fuck? We have someone that would kill people out here? Jake, I love that guy. He plays for the football team. I'm just putting myself in Nolan's shoes. Nolan plays for the team. He's friends with those people. And the conversation is about his behavior. Just so frustrating.
The body of 18-year-old black teen Nolan Xavier Wells has been found. His white friends who were with him on the trip have already hired lawyers. Wells vanished July 4 during a 4th of July boat outing to Horn Island, Mississippi, about 10 miles off the Gulf Coast. A park ranger found him in the water near the northwest end on July 6th. His phone was not with him. It was in his father's possession. The island has no cell coverage and is only accessible by private boat. Search teams, including the Cajun Navy, scoured land and sea since his disappearance. Authorities have not said how many people were on the boat. Missing person report. But online video suggests a possible altercation before the friends left Wells behind. One friend is the child of a judge, and all of them quickly retained lawyers. Wells was reportedly heading to meet a girl, but instead his friends took another boat and departed without him. Why did his phone return, but he did not? Why the immediate legal protection? The family and activists are furious, comparing this to other cases where black victims' deaths were dismissed as accidents. Officials are awaiting DNA confirmation, though the family says they have identified him. What do you think?
This Gerard Jackson story is so fucking crazy. The Nolan Wells story has been so fucking loud. This story hasn't been getting no fucking attention. Have y'all heard the fuck going on? How they lynched that boy? Nigga, this is an obvious cover up, fam. Let me lay y'all down the story just a little bit. So, there was pretty much a situation in which they're from Illinois. Gerard Jackson rented a car with his friends to go to this festival and shit. You feel me? And on 6 days ago, there was the police was called in which there was an altercation amongst him and the group. Okay, all right. That following morning, okay, was when those boys told the police, his homeboys told the police that we last saw him around Gerard around 10 a.m. that morning. This the following morning, okay? All right. 2 p.m., he ended up dead hanging in the fucking tree. His car, the car that he rented, was found 2 or 3 miles away from where he was fucking hung. Okay? And not only that, during that time while he was already fucking dead, his Apple Watch was used at a local gas station and his Apple Pay with his phone and shit. And he didn't have his phone on him, dog. He didn't have his phone on him. You feel me? The little white boys and shit who he was with, they returned home. I said, oh, we haven't heard from him. You feel me? Like, he went AWOL. He went missing. The same Nolan Wells type of situation. You feel me? So, his parents found out the death through the news. Okay? So the parents had to call the police station, like, what the fuck going on with my son? They were like, well, yeah, he's deceased and da-da-da. We'll give you more details later. All right? Hours passed by. Later on that day, his stepfather called out to the police station, like, what the fuck happened to my son? I said, oh, you didn't hear? He was hung. No, he was hung. He killed himself. It's listed as a suicide. The death has been listed as a suicide. So they proceeded the following day, okay, to get the funeral home to pick up the body from the coroner, okay? All right, and as the funeral home was proceeding to go pick the body up, the coroner said, hey, no, you can't pick up the body because there's been an emergency, okay, cremation on the body. We doing a cremation and the case has already been fucking solved. Hell, hold on. Because they said they was going to do a cremation because there was no next to kin. There was no next to kin. Reporter, hold on. We've talked to the police on multiple occasions. What the fuck you mean? So they was finna get ready to cremate the boy, okay, without even speaking to the family. So it was an obvious fucking cover up, dog. Fam, there's a war going on out here. And black and brown people is the motherfucking target, fam. It's the target. Bro, we got to spread this story around because it can't get ignored, dog. This shit is crazy.
Black people don't hang themselves from trees, and people don't leave islands where they were vacationing when one of their friends goes missing. The Nolan Wells case is far from an isolated incident. Nolan Wells was lynched, and he's not even the only one to make headlines in the past month only because the victims' families were allowed and ensured that their loved ones received attention. Over the weekend of Juneteenth this year, less than a month ago, Tania Nicole Miller was found hanging from a tree in Miami. Juliana Nazita, only 16 years old, was found hanging on church grounds in North Carolina in May, and police ruled it a suicide. Kyle Basinga, only 21 years old, was found hanging in Georgia in February. Police also ruled that a suicide. Trey Reed was found hanging on the Delta State University campus in September 2025. His murder was also ruled a suicide. Just 1 year before Trey Reed, another lynching that made headlines was that of Javion McGee in North Carolina. He was also found hanging from a tree, and it was also ruled a suicide. And the Nolan Wells case reminded me immediately of Tamla Horsford, who was found dead in 2018 after a sleepover with her white friends. It was ruled an accident, but she had blunt force trauma. These are just the cases that we know about. It's 2026 and we have lynchings. It's 2026 and we have slavery through prison labor. The United States just rang into 150 years. Yeah, that's nothing. And on the same day that the US rang into 50, this photo was taken in DC. These Patriot Front members are the same people whose ancestors murdered, enslaved, and oppressed Black people on the very same soil that these victims' bodies were found. The victims that I've talked about today, many of their ancestors survived that very same evil not that long ago. We owe it to all of them to say their names and not let their stories go unheard. And we owe it to history to be honest about the vile depravity that human beings are capable of. Black people who were enslaved were cannibalized. Their skin was made into leather, it was made into furniture and accessories. Their teeth made into dentures, their babies used as alligator bait. That all just happened. And the horrors continue to happen at the hands of white supremacist murderers everywhere in the year 2026. And I wish I could say that we could be surprised in addition to horrified. Say their names.
Yep, you got that right. Yeah, we did it. We sure did do it. What you think? What you think we do when we take y'all young men camping with us? We know them boys don't know how to swim. Yeah. You throw them in that water. We say, swim, boys, swim! Woo! to swim, boy. You can't do it. You can't do it, boy. Y'all ain't ever gonna learn how to swim. Yeah. Yeah, they did it. Them boys did it. This is a damn tradition for us. Yeah. This is a tradition. We take you boys out in the woods. And we throw you in the swamp. We throw you in the creek. We throw you in them springs and rivers. Yeah, we throw you in them oceans. Y'all can't do a damn thing. Y'all be in there splashing and screaming, I can't swim, I can't swim. Oh, hell no. But you know, it ain't our fault. It ain't our fault you're fucking stupid. Grown man don't know how to swim. Yeah, what y'all think we do? You know, yeah, it's a big conspiracy. You know, every 6 months this skin tone, we all get together in our neighborhoods and we have like a little neighborhood meeting. And y'all ain't invited. We get together, we make plans, we talk about y'all, talk about, yeah, let's put this one in football, you know, let's put this one in basketball. Yeah, let's encourage him to do that and this. Yeah. We bet on y'all. Man, we just play y'all like a damn game and y'all don't even know it. This is a tradition. It's been going on since the beginning of time. And y'all still in the dark. And you know, I thought I'd go ahead and tell you, but even me telling you, it's still just gonna be conspiracy and nobody's gonna be able to prove it. Yeah. This happens all around the nation. All of us are involved. Every single one of us. Mm-hmm.